Hello friend, welcome to our channel Pharmacy Dictionary. From today onwards, I am going to restart the pharmacology as per your PCI syllabus. Yes, you are right, I am going to restart it. I have already finished all pharmacology topic in Hindi. So if you are interested to listen the pharmacology in Hindi, please go through our main channel, that is Solution Pharmacy, and the link of that particular channel is given in the description box. So let's start pharmacology first, that is Introduction to Pharmacology, their basic terms and their respective definition. See why we have to study pharmacology. Pharmacology is one of the important branch in medical science in which we discuss about the effect of drug. Effect may be desirable or it may be undesirable, and the response of body for the respective drug which we have taken. So we have to get the complete knowledge regarding these two terms, either body or drug. So the study of pharmacology is about drug and effect and about the body and its effect to the drug. That is simply known as a pharmacology. Let's make it more simple. So the definition of pharmacology says it is a science of drug, means it is all about study of drug, its effect. The second part of this definition says which involve or which is made up of two words. If we make the pharmacology, we can split it into two main meaningful parts. The first part is Pharmakon, which is a Latin word. The meaning of Pharmakon, it means pharma. We have abbreviated it as a pharma, not exactly, the exact meaning is Pharmakon. Pharmakon, we have changed it into pharma, and that means drug. And second one, logos, which is converted into logy, and that means study. So if we combine these two words, pharmacon and logy, we can obtain a pharmacology. The complete meaning of pharmacology is study about the drug. So as in this definition, you can see there is a drug and I have placed a dot over the drug. That means a drug is a chemical agent which is either used for diagnosis, prevention or treatment. So as per our accepted definition, we think that drug is an agent which is used for the treatment only, but it is not correctly. Drug can also be used for the diagnosis as well as in prevention. That is why I have placed the second term over here, that is drug. Drug is derived from a Latin word, that is draw, and that means a dry herb. Dry herb means medicine, but there is slightly difference between medicine and drug. What is the basic difference? If we are saying that it is a drug, that means it is a crude form. It is not a dosage form, not a furnished form. But if we are saying it as a medicine, that means it is completed the process of formulation. It is now as a dosage form. Either it could be a tablet, capsule, or it may be another dosage form. So that is called medicine. But if it is not furnished, this is called drug. So let's start the basic agent used for the treatment, diagnosis and prevention with their respective example. As I said, it is used for treatment. So if I am having fever, now what is fever? Fever is a condition at which my body temperature get elevated from the normal value, that is 37 degrees centigrade. So if I am feeling hot, chill, that is called fever. And to treat this fever, to reduce the elevated body temperature and maintain it up to the normal one, I have to take antipyretic drug. Now antipyretic are those drugs which are used to decrease the elevated body temperature. An example of this category is obviously one of the most important drug and well-known drug, that is paracetamol. Second one is prevention. Prevention means it is a process to prevent any particular subject, either animal or man, from being affected by the particular disease. It means it is a preservative method. It is taken a precautionary method. Example of prevention is vaccine. There are so many types of vaccine which are given to us or which are given to any particular person to prevent that disease in future, so that it may be safe for that particular person or animal, whatever it is applicable. An example of vaccine are polio vaccine, mumps vaccine, chickenpox vaccine, rubella vaccine, swine flu vaccine, and so many other. So the second one was prevention, and the final one is diagnosis. Yes, you are right, we can use the drug for the diagnosis purpose also. What is the diagnosis? Diagnosis is a procedure or process in which we try to make confirm whether he or she is suffering from that particular disease or disorder or not. I have used two words, disease or disorder. Now what is the difference between these two words? I have not written it on the whiteboard, but what is a disease? Disease is a condition in which a foreign particle, foreign pathogenic organism, foreign microorganism or anything which is not a part of your body entered into your body and make you sick. That is called disease. But as per the accepted definition, disorder is a condition where a component of your body get disturbed. Its natural balance level get altered. Either it increase or decrease, like hypertension, hypotension, hyperthyroid, hypothyroid, diabetes. These are disorder. But kind of infection, kind of malaria, dengue is disease. So it could be understood by simple logic. So diagnosis is a process to confirm that particular problem, either disease or disorder. Example, X-ray and sonography. Whenever you have visited any radiological center, if you have taken a sonography report, then you could easily find out they applied some gel-like component over the stomach, over the part of body where you want to get sonography. So this is called a diagnosis purpose. The aid which is used is called diagnostic aid, and it is also considered as a drug as per the definition of drug in our pharmacology definition. Now coming to the division. If we want to classify or divide the pharmacology, then we can divide it or classify it into two main parts. The two main part is pharmacodynamic and pharmacokinetic. Now what are these? These are very important branches of pharmacology. The two words pharma and the second one pharma is common. So let's consider only dynamic and kinetic. What is the meaning of dynamic and what is the meaning of kinetic? We are going to study about it, these two words. So first is pharmacodynamic. Please pay attention on this word, that is D. The pharmaco is common obviously, and in dynamic the first word is D. So as per the definition, what does drug do to the body is an exact definition for pharmacodynamic. It is kind of filling the blanks. So we have a constant word, what does blank do to the blank. This is, we have two blank placed. First drug we have placed, second we have placed body. So this is a definition of pharmacodynamic. It means what does drug do to the body. See, whenever we are not feeling well, let's take the example of fever only. If I am suffering from fever and I want to get it off, I want to get healthy, or I want to reduce that particular fever, then I will take a paracetamol, which is an antibiotic drug. So whenever I will take the drug, that drug after some time, after taking a particular time interval, it will start reducing my body's temperature. That means it will start reducing the fever. That effect is obtained because of that particular drug. So reduction in fever is done by that particular medicine. So that activity is called pharmacodynamic. It means, simply said, what does drug do to the body is called pharmacodynamic. Let's consider a simple explanation point. This is a question you have to ask it from yourself. Why we take medicine or why we take drug? To get effect. What is effect? The effect which is desirable. See, I am expecting from that drug that it may reduce my body temperature. This is expectation. Everyone expects from any kind of drug, but exactly it does not take place. 80% it gives is desirable effect, but maybe or may not be this percent. 20% is undesirable effect. It can be either side effect, it can be either unwanted effect. It is included all, either side effect, toxic effect, or any kind of lethal effect. Both effect, desirable and undesirable, both are included under the pharmacodynamic effect, which is given by drug. So second one is pharmacokinetic. Again, I have a trick for you to remember this. The first word is D, and in the filling the blanks, in the first blank we have placed drug. So the first word is drug, that is D, the first letter, and the dynamics first letter is D. So whenever you put a drug in first place of blank space, that is called pharmacodynamic. It is for remembering purpose only. The other term is pharmacokinetic. Kinetic means movement. So see, what does body do to the drug? Now we have interchanged these two words. In first place, or in the first definition of pharmacodynamic, in first place we have placed drug. In second, there was a body, but now we interchange these two words respectively. See, what does body do to the drug? In first we have placed body, and the second one, that is drug. So what does body do to the drug is called pharmacokinetic. Obviously, body will do something with a respected drug. I am taking drug, then drug will goes to my stomach. It will get disintegrate, then dissolve, then absorb by body. After absorption, body try to move it from all every part, equilibrium, to maintain the equilibrium. That is called distribution. After distribution, it will get metabolized. Metabolism is a process in which a body convert one form of drug into the another form, one complex form into the simplex form, one non-polar form try to make into polar, toxic form into less toxic, inactive to active. Likewise, we will see it later on. So this is called metabolism. After getting metabolite, it has to get excreted from the body. So the last step is excretion, that means completely removal of the drug from the body. To study about the ADME, that means absorption, distribution, metabolism and elimination of particular drug, is called pharmacokinetic. Let's continue. The kinetic means movement of particular drug inside the body. So our body giving that particular drug a space so that it may move from one part to another part, finally get eliminated via urine, stool, feces and any other route of elimination. So the kinetic means movement. Movement is taken place in body. So whatever activity is done by body with respect to drug is called pharmacokinetic. Under pharmacokinetic, we have to study ADME. This is one of the most important question which is being asked in almost every examination of early stage. That is, what is the meaning of ADME? Write short note on ADME. So in pharmacokinetic, we have to study ADME. A stands for absorption. That means if we are taking any medicine of any dosage form, that has to be absorbed. What is the meaning of absorption? Movement of drug molecule from its site of administration towards the drug, towards the blood is called absorption. If I am taking oral pills, that will go to stomach, disintegrate, dissolve, then finally will absorb by small intestine and reach to the blood. If I am taking it as an intravenous, that will directly go to the blood. That is called absorption. Now second one is distribution. What is the meaning of distribution? Distribution is obviously as simple as its name indicates. If I have so many pens and I want to distribute it to all the students, so what will I do? I will give each student a single pen. That is called equilibrium distribution. So here only a drug which reach to the absorption site, suppose here I am entering is as a IV, then the concentration of drug will be higher at this particular place for a particular time respect. After some time it will try to move throughout the body. That is called distribution. A circulation of drug through the body with the help of distributing agent like blood or any other body fluid is called distribution. Then third one is metabolism. See, metabolism is also known as a biotransformation. Bio means living organism, trans means from one form to other form, and formation is making. So biotransformation is a conversion of molecule from one form to the another one which is suitable, which is desirable for our body. Suppose it is toxic, a drug which is toxic, it is going to metabolism, then this metabolite will be less toxic. Suppose some drug is inactive and its prodrug is active, then we will go prodrug. So prodrug will convert into active form and give its result like levodopa. Levodopa is a prodrug which goes to the liver for the metabolism. Then it will split into dopamine. So that dopamine may give a desirable effect as a anti-Parkinson drug. So this is called metabolism. And finally, the E stand for excretion. Excretion means removal of drug from your body. So after giving some effect, either desirable or undesirable, and in some circumstances it may eliminate, it may excrete as such also without giving any therapeutic effect. So excretion is the process of elimination of drug from your blood via urine, via feces, via sweat, via saliva, via sperm, via milk or any other route. That is called simply excretion. So we will have to study about the route of elimination too on the later stage. So this was basic definition for pharmacology. We have another whiteboard section in this video. So let's move to the second one. Let's continue with our next word, and that is pharmacotherapeutics. If we do not know the meaning of any word, we should try to split it into a possible meaningful sentence. And after breaking or after splitting this pharmacotherapeutics, we will have two consecutive meaningful words. These are pharmakon and therapeutics. So pharmakon is already known word for us. What is the meaning of pharmakon? Pharmakon means drug. And what is drug? Drug is any agent which is either used for diagnosis, prevention or treatment purpose. And what is the meaning of therapeutics? That is derived from therapy. Therapy means a procedure or process in which we try to recover any patient from any kind of affected disease or disorder to make him a normal individual like he was in before the case of disease or disorder. So this is the process of application of pharmacology, or we can say the knowledge of pharmacology, that includes pharmacokinetic as well as pharmacodynamic for the betterment of that particular patient, or I can say that person, so make it healthy. So its explanation says deals with the clinical application of pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic knowledge of any drug so that we can solve the health issue of any problem. See, the pharmacokinetic means what does body do to the drug. If someone is having any kind of problem like renal failure, hepatic failure, then it may be or it may not be exactly the same action that a drug may give to other one. That is applicable for that particular person only. So the data of pharmacokinetic will have to solve the problem of that particular person. That is called pharmacotherapeutics, that is application of pharmacology for the therapy point of view. Our next word is toxicology. As I have discussed it in our main channel Solution Pharmacy, toxicology is made up of two words, toxic and logy. Logy means obviously to study, and toxic means any drug, any agent which is very harmful for the normal physiological and pharmacological action of our body is considered as a toxic or poison. So to study about the all parameter of that particular toxins or poison for the betterment of human being, to prevent that particular person from being affected by that poison, is simply known as a toxicology. So in one word we can say it is a science of poison, means complete study, complete biological study, psychological study of poison as well as affected patient. That psychological is applicable for the patient only, is called a toxicology. It includes identification of poison, it includes management of the good condition of affected person, and ultimately the cure or treatment of that particular poison by using either activated charcoal, that is called as a universal antidote, or any specific antidote like morphine. In case of morphine poisoning we have to use naloxone, in case of opioid poisoning we have to naltrexone. So likewise different application of drug for treatment of poison is called toxicology. So the next word is chemotherapy. Chemo stand for chemical and therapy stand for, as I said it, a procedure to make any patient as earlier like in a healthy case. So chemotherapy is a concerned department of pharmacology with effect of drug upon the microorganism and parasite. It is a science in which we study how to kill or how to suppress the growth of any kind of microorganism which is not suitable for our body. That is called the chemotherapy, and that is specifically known as a chemotherapy as an antimicrobial agent and as an anti-parasitic agent like worm, ringworm, tapeworm, hookworm, etc. And this also applies the treatment of cancerous cell. I have two words included here. The first one is microorganism and the second one is cancer. So microorganisms are those organisms which are very small inside that we cannot see them by naked eyes. So we have to use some kind of aids to check the presence of microorganism, that is microscope. And the second one was cancerous cell. See, in our body there are so many cells which are going to develop, which are going to divide continuously. In their case there are some cells which are getting uncontrolled division. Their growth is not in our control, they are multiplying so many times, that is called cancer cell. So to stop this kind of microorganism, also to stop this kind of cancerous cell, we use chemotherapy, and the chemotherapy use chemotherapeutic agent like alkylating agent like penicillin, ampicillin, cephalosporin, etc. Coming to the next one, that is clinical pharmacology. Again we have two similar words, clinical and pharmacology. Pharmacology is study about the pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic, and application of this knowledge for clinical point of view or clinical benefit point of view, that is called clinical pharmacology. It gives useful data about the dose, potency, usefulness and the toxicity of new drug in case of clinical trial. What does it mean? See, I am going to explain you each and every word in a simple possible manner. First of all, give useful data about dose. What should be the dose of particular drug? Dose is very important because in a proper dose, any chemical agent can be utilized as a drug. But if you increase that particular drug dose, then it may convert it into a poison. So there is slightly difference between drug and poison, just that is based on dose. So if we increase the dose, that may be a problematic. So application of that knowledge to confirm a particular and suitable dose for a suitable person is applicable just because of clinical pharmacology. And the second word is potency. How efficacy of any drug is for that particular disease or particular disorder can be visualized, can be identified, can be observed just after studying the clinical pharmacology. Then next one is usefulness. How useful it is. Can we use it alone, or we have to use it with combination of some other kind of drug? May this drug get resistant after some time, or it is good for every time? That is a simple concept which can be derived from clinical pharmacology after practicing it so many times. The next word is toxicity of new drug. Suppose I have developed some new drug. I am not so sure about its pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic as well as its clinical application point of view. Then I have to go for clinical trial. I have to go for preclinical trial. Preclinical trial means application of that drug to the experimental animal with a respectful manner, so that we may collect some data regarding toxicity, safety, efficacy, and different kind of other parameter. If we found the result satisfactory in experimental animal, then we should go for the next phase. That is actually known as the clinical trial phase. Here we apply this drug to a human volunteer as per different guidelines of different countries and as per different phases. We will see it on later on. So this is called clinical trial, and that all included under the clinical pharmacology. Next term of our today's lecture is pharmacoepidemiology. That means application or knowledge or study of effect of drug upon the population. That means I have some kind of drug which is being passed from the clinical trial. Then I have to study the effect, exact effect of the or side effect of the drug or any other kind of unwanted effect of drug, so that I will release it into the market with permission of authority. Then we have to collect the data whether the drug is safe or having some kind of side effect or it is toxic effect. So gathering this kind of information with the population, from the population, is called pharmacoepidemiology. The next word is pharmacogenomics. This word also having two meaningful words. First one is pharmacology, that is pharmaco obviously, and the second one is genomics. Genomics means gene. So the word pharmacodynamic says it is application of genomic technology in drug discovery. Suppose our gene sequence is something X, or someone else gene sequence is something Y, or for animal, for human, it might be variable. So the application of that particular genetic sequence or other kind of genetic information for the discovery of new drug, that is called pharmacogenomics. And this pharmacogenomics is nowadays one of the most important and attractive field of study field for research purpose. The next word is pharmacognosy. Exactly, it is not related with the pharmacology, but it is a slightly short branch of pharmacology. The pharmacognosy says it is a study of drugs which are obtained from either plant source or animal source. That study is called pharmacognosy. Like we have to study about the cultivation, collection, the yield value, the best chemical constituent present in that particular part, adulteration, each and everything which is related with the plant. And source of animal, their biological source, their specific chemical nature in particular part of their body, their utilization for the treatment of disease or management of any disorder, that is simply considered under the pharmacognosy. And the last definition for today's lecture, that is pharmacogenetics. This is pharmacogenetics and this was pharmacogenomics. These two are slightly different. Let's see what are these differences are. The first, pharmacogenetics, says study of genetic variation that affect the drug response on any individual. Suppose I am giving paracetamol to 60 particular person. So can I expect the same effect, same response, same side effect for all? No, it is not possible exactly. Out of 60, there may be any 1 or 2 person who may have different response for this particular type of tablet of paracetamol. That is because of pharmacogenetic variation, and it is considered as an idiosyncrasy. We will see it in later on. So this is called pharmacogenetics, which is based on the genetic, and the genetic sequence which affect the action of drug is called pharmacogenetics. Here genomic sequence affecting the particular discovery of drug, here it is affecting the effect of drug. That is pharmacogenetics. So that's all for today. The reference for today's video is K.D. Tripathi, latest edition, and P. Jagdish Prasad. After watching this video, please go through the description box. You will have so many information regarding today's lecture, like free online MCQ test and different collection, like about 100 words collection of different definition. Please go through the description box and you can download it for free. There is no charge, because as like Solution Pharmacy, we also believe in sharing, not in selling. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please do take care of yourself. Thank you.